about something, I voted for Trump. I'm in a little town outside of Memphis, and I voted for Trump mainly because I'm a Christian man. Being Christian, I guess my whole life. And Trump said he wants to help the Christians. And then he had me all scared about the Mexicans, saying they're rapists and whatnot, and drug dealers and all that. And he said, I'm going to help them. I'm going to end this on day one and fix eggs on day one. And it just all sounded real pretty like. And then here we are, and Trump's destroying America. I mean, he's gotten rid of... Now, he said he wasn't going to touch Medicaid. Now he supports Medicaid being defunded. He supports Social Security, Medicare, all that shit being defunded, being tore down. Hell, if he gets rid of Medicaid, my mama's sick in a fucking nursing home. Excuse my language. But she's in a fucking nursing home. Excuse my language again. Me and my sister, who just got fired from the VA after working there for 14 fucking years because of that fucking Elon, we gonna have to fit the bill. We can't afford it. We ain't rich people. I live in a small town. We can't afford it, y'all.
Those who vote for an idiot are well represented. Oh, hello. I hope you're well. I just thought I'd just share that with you. Yeah. There's people starting to see the light there. Do I feel sorry for these people? Not really. Maybe I should. I feel guilty, but I feel sorry for them sometimes that I do. My glasses are really dirty. But, it's, I think to myself, well, shit happens. if you make a mistake like that, oh, crikey, you deserve everything you get. Absolutely crazy what's going on. And then you got Beat Cakes Seth addressing the admirals. The admirals are all sitting there, they're doing this. Oh my god, well, I spotted a couple there. The others look like that. I'm not actually sure they were real. I've got a funny thing. Some of them admirals might have been inflatables. Inflatable ad. Hello, Pete. Hope you're well. In the Algarve. Oh, crikey. I bet it's nice in the Algarve at the moment. I don't know if you want to be in Chicago at the moment, because Chicago's a bit dodgy. Apparently there's sharks eating people. Yeah. I think that's what's going on. Anyway, there's an emergency response team there at the moment. Something to do with, I think it's sharks. I might be wrong. Maybe somebody knows what's going on in Chicago. I don't know if Pritzker, was it Pringle, whatever his name is. Pritzker. Anyway, the governor there, I don't know if he said anything. I've got dogs. They're joining me. Hey, what are you doing there? I know, but he's supposed to be over here. That's it. That's where he's supposed to be. So yeah, who we got in the chat? Hello, Gambo. Oh, yeah, mate. Hope you well. And yeah. Oh yeah, I know, boy. Karen, hope you well. Oh, thank you. You love my videos. Oh dear, not everybody does because I'm not doing very well with the videos. I had the food do really well, and then recently they've been. Oh, lay down there. Okay then. Well, that would be Betty. So hello, Dorgo. Hope you well. Well, isn't the stupidest thing you have ever heard? I'm a Christian and I don't have any of their beliefs. He's got a flipping Crusader cross on his chest. And what did the Crusaders do when they went and killed the Christians? The other Christians. The ones who were the actual Christians. Dear. Benny Hill? Is it the hat that does it? A lot of my videos, I'd love to add the Benny Hill soundtrack. I really would. But that's really heavily copyrighted, that track is. So I can't do it on YouTube. YouTube is just getting really stupid anyway, to be honest. Hello there, Hans. I hope you're well. Hans Christian Anderson. Some guy called a Raven. Oh, hello, Raven. Greetings from Canada. Oh, where's my crikey? Keep calm and move to Canada. Yeah. Although Mark Carney, but that ship has sailed now because you already have. I'm a blue dot in a red state. Oh, you poor old devil, you, Front Fest. Crikey, those people are off their. They're out of their fucking mind, aren't they? You got Pete Hegseth telling all those admirals, oh, this is just the end of the beardos. No more beardos. Everyone's going to have to, peak physical perfection, all right? You know, that's it. You know, let's get. Where's the monkey bars? Oh, you know, no, chin up. Oh, I can't get there. I can't get there. And then him and old RFK Jr. goes on about Trump's perfect health and fitness levels. Oh, what the fuck were they on about? Crikey, they're out of their bloody mind. They're all out of their mind. And listen to Trump's diatribe. Just News Admiral, I feel so sorry for him because the first thing he said to him, yes, you can stand up against me, basically, but then you got to walk out or lose your ankle or something stupid, you know what I mean? So he threatened them. As soon as he turned up, he threatened them. You either toe the line, or you're out of here. They're probably thinking to themselves, well, you're gonna be dead soon. A bit of luck, like we're all thinking. You're gonna be a goner soon. You're gonna have a canklism, or something like that. Or maybe it'll just drain from the wrist because there must be loads of holes in there now. Where they've patched it all up and that. Oh, I don't know. Well. Oh, fantastic. A channel that isn't a 19-year-old OnlyFans wannabe. Yeah. Oh, on your not OnlyFans. Okay. I'm a Christian, mate, all right? I'm actually an atheist, but, I'm a Christian, mate, and I'm on Grindr. Yeah, I'm on Grindr. And I met on there, Mike. I met Mike, the Speaker of the House. Fucking hell. and then there was him with the massive ears. Marco Rubio. About 1991, he got arrested with his boyfriend. They just need to be honest with themselves. They need to come out and just tell the world that they're gay. And they like wearing dresses on a Friday. Only a Friday, mind, but Now, I ain't got no problem people being gay, but I tell you what I have got a problem with. It's people that are clearly, obvious, they're in the closet. They don't want anyone to know. But they're trying to tell everybody else that they're not allowed to be gay. Or trans or what have you, doing absolutely everything to hurt those others. It's like they're obviously ashamed of their gayness. Here's a hot tub video. It's members only. Oh my giddy! It's a hot tub. Oh, what about Marco Rubio in his foaming parties? Yeah, so there's like a whole load of sweaty men. Clearly got no beards because they've all got to be beardless apparently. All right, in the foam. It's like a pool full of foam. It's called a foaming party. I never knew there was such a thing. But yes, there's a foaming party, and Rubio, he spent many a wonderful moment there. Okay, doing the not the breaststroke, because he uses ears. Because they're like flippers, aren't they? His ears are just massive ears. Why? I've never seen anyone with such big ears like that. The only time I've seen ears that big is when they get an old person, their head shrinks. And the ears stay the same size. But no. Talking about ears, what about Donald Trump's ears? That looks remarkably unshot at. I don't know if you realise this, but cartilage doesn't grow back. All right. Who are they trying to kid? God. Hello, 6 cents. I can't read. That's too small. Hello, Billy. Canada, my home. Hello there. It's all about power. It is all about power. It's all about power and control. And controlling the little people and the admirals. Telling them all they've got to shave their beards and lose fucking weight. Alright? No more. This is the end of the era of the fat admiral. Don't they understand that some of these people have specific skill sets? A bit like the geezer and Taken, you know, specific skill sets. There's certain things they're really good at, and it don't make any difference whether they're fat or not, you know? You're a cracker. Good, good. The problem I have with a lot of my videos is that I had somebody in my commented on my videos and said, "I don't understand what you're saying, but you do entertain me." What? They were serious videos. Okay, my kind of like craziness, but you know, life is too short to be too. Don't. Why so serious? Yeah, why? What is the point? You're just gonna put yourself in an early grave. Life is tough at the moment. And especially with everything that's going on, it's not just, you know, the norms, you know, whether or not you can afford a loaf of bread. It's like whether or not we can get blown up by nuclear missiles. Well, we don't want all that shit, do we? No. So, you know, we just say sod it and just maybe eat copious amounts of carbon tablets or something, just in case. You never know when there's going to be a nuclear fallout or something. How it goes. Modern times and all that, you know. Apparently, they're the good old days. Yeah. Yeah, all right. No, not really. Yes, it's all laughable. They have orange all over their lips. They do. Because they've all been suckling. They have. Suckling on old Donny. Donny's chocolate starfish. They think it's real chocolate. That's what they do. They think it's real chocolate. No, it's a chocolate orange starfish. That it is. Oh, blimey, you get on there. They do. They suckle. They latch on. Sometimes even stick their tongue. No, they don't go. It's too far. All right. Yeah. Crikey. I think we need to have a look at some of this stuff, or have a listen at some of this stuff that is being where are we? On.
I'm gonna be honest, y'all.
Not that one. Not that one.
I'm gonna be honest,
No,
y'all.
not that one. There we go. No, it's broken. Don't do it. It's a Facebook. Oh, what Facebook? Go away, Facebook. Why does Facebook come up? Now it's doing that. I want the profile. Oh, there we go. Oh, dear me. TikTok's broken. And Trump ain't even got hold of it yet. You keep telling everybody, don't you? We're bought it, we have you. We're so signed, sealed, and delivered. We're bought it, yeah. And Larry Ellison's going to do a marvellous job, and all that, yeah. And I'm going to be overseeing it because I'm not very busy. Or some shit like that you go on about. But anyway, the fact of the matter is, the deal isn't even agreed yet. Because Xi Jinping, whatever his name is, the Chinese geezer, he said, "Oh, I don't know nothing about this." He's got to sign it off. He's got to sign the acquisition off of the algorithm. They could basically be renting the algorithm, have you? But they're buying TikTok, aren't they? But I think ByteDance holds on to about 20% of it. I look at the stosh. It looks like a weird bit there, but it's not. It's just grey. So okay, here we go. Oh my god, that's so pathetic. Right, here we are. See your pockets looking lonely. Ashes. Yeah, that's how you do it. Yeah. You see, the women know how to do it. Mr. Hegseth, or was it Keg's Breath? I think it's Keg's Breath, isn't it? I think it's right, isn't it? I think so. He's a manly man, that one. And now I can't find the bit I wanted. Oh, crikey. Laura Loomer, she's looking really bad these days. Look at the state of her.
This is my glass skin look of the day.
What? Glass skin look? What's
No
that all about?
Here.
Why do people do it to themselves? I don't understand. But you need to be natural. You need to be au naturel like me. No, don't do that. I'm like a rotten corpse, me. Bits keep falling off. Oh, but crikey. Those poor admirals having to sit there through that torture of Trump.
And then I told Pete,
we should use some of these dangerous cities as training grounds for our military, National Guard, but military. Because we're going into Chicago very soon. That's a big city with an incompetent government.
Maybe that shark attack will get him.
And then I told Pete,
What the feck? So now he wants to use Chicago as a training ground. Obviously, they're all going to be blue states. It was a training ground to train up the troops. They must have been sitting there thinking, what, I can't believe what I'm hearing. Face palming, some of them were. It's embarrassing. It really, really is embarrassing. And we're all looking in on it and we're taking the piss out of it, you know? But it's actually quite frightening at the same time. You've got this geezer, alright? Who's apparently, he's the, you know, woman, people, TV or something, you know? He's the peak of perfection, physical perfection that he is, according to Pete Kegg's breath. But he's not.
Move out and draw fire. Because we are the War Department. Godspeed.
Godspeed!
Attention!
No, fuck off. Oh my god. Where was it?
And most of all, Lord, please keep my soldiers safe. Lead them, guide them, protect them, watch over them. And as you gave all of yourself for me, help me give all of myself for them. And amen.
Yeah, you probably are. On Grindr. Every time they have a convention, they almost crash Grindr. There's Mike Johnson, the whistleblower geezer who reckons he's got all evidence and what have you of Mike Johnson frigging about on Grindr. It's about 2022 or 2023, it's a while back now. But yeah, that's before he was the Speaker of the House anyway. But like I say, I got a problem with being gay. But not coming out and then trying to attack gay people. Well, then there's a problem, isn't there? You know? I know I'm not quite gay. I'll just so you know. Oh, crikey, my chat has gone loopy again. I don't know what it is with YouTube. YouTube is broken. It really is broken. There's something seriously wrong with it. Because I'm streaming now and my chat on the app has frozen. Which is rather annoying, I must say. Oh, yeah, my birthday. Come on, load up. It's not, look, for God's sake. That's on there, that's good. Come on. And now my phone is froze. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. Oh, I'm a woodworking channel. Right. Not that one. Bear with me. Go to my channel. Where are we? Not that one. There you are. Just so I can bring up the chat. Turn sound down. There we go. Aha! Yes. Sixth Sense is saying, Amelia. Ooh. Absolutely. But I must have my comedy relief. I think it's healthy for all of us to get together and blow off some steam. I think you're probably right there, you know. Because quite frankly, it's so depressing, isn't it? And I do upload some bloody depressing videos sometimes, you know. I try and take the piss out of everybody, but crikey, you know, it's just... The end is nigh! It's kind of what it feels like. And that was, you know, the threat of World War III and all that. Whether it will or whether it not, I don't know. But I'd rather be prepared than not, to be fair. You know, we're doing what we need to do we're fairly self-sufficient here, right? We've got a bank of solar panels, ground-based system on, you know, about 5 to 6 kilowatts on the ground. We've got that running into the house. We've got well water. Yeah, it's fine. It is as well. And We've got solar panels for the hot water on the roof, as well as the wood burners and back boilers and various forms of heating and stuff like that. We've got three forms of heating in this house. We've got wood burners, pellet burners, and the boiler. So the only thing is they all require electricity, apart from the wood burner, obviously. Hang on. Well, that in my channel? What? What happened? Oh, wait, that's the one. Oh dear. Hello, gingers. I hope you're well. I was cutting the grass on that field today, so I whizzed around your tree a couple of times. Some guy called Raven says, Frumple Feet, when I was 12 weeks, snuck his album out and listened to the 7 words that you couldn't say on TV. We laughed and we laughed. What album's that? Oh, George Carlin. He was brilliant. He's yeah, the late George Carlin. Crikey, he was right about everything, wasn't he? Right about absolutely bloody everything. Hello, Joel. I hope you're well, mate. Some guy called Raven says, "Oh, my Sebastian's over there now." I'd go crazy for that comedy relief. You need a bit of comedy, don't you? You got to have a bit of comedy. There we go. Let's all go to France and stay with AllShorts. We've got quite a bit of room. I've actually built a door. All right, we've been put a floor in next door because we've got on the other side of this wall is a barn. All right, it's about the floor on the first. It's about 120 square meters. This barn, and on the floor level, no, 120. No, more than that. 150 square meters. Sorry, and I've now bust through the top of these stairs here, right, to go in onto that floor, and I've made a door, and the door is literally it's a secret door. It's got shelves in. I just realised I'm clashing with the wallpaper again. But anyway, I made it. This door. I'm gonna do right. Okay. I've been thinking about it. I had a few different ideas. One idea was to get a rampant rabbit, all right, and have that as like a door handle. So you operate a bit like, I don't know, pumping your beer or something, you know. That was one idea, but the missus didn't like that idea. You know, she thought it was the waste of a good rampant rabbit. So we decided against that one. So I might go for, I don't know, a book. Like a secret book or something, or a candlestick you have to unlatch the door with, or something, you know, something crazy, something you got to twist, or I don't know, I'll come up with something. I will. But anyway, it's a shelf unit now. That is literally the door into our secret room. That's fine. There we go. Hello, Deborah. I hope you're well. Laughter is medicine for the soul, yes. France or bust. My son is actually considering it. It's between the Netherlands, France, Japan. And he's a musician, and the gypsy jazz scene is best. Well, actually, France has got they have a music festival. It's like a whole week or 2 weeks of music festivals around the country, which is pretty damn cool. The nice thing about France is it's central. Okay, if you want good access to Spain, Eastern European countries, and obviously Northern European countries, you're fairly central. So that's the nice thing about France. We live in France, okay. So if people are interested of escape Alcatraz. I like it. I like it. The thing is, you always hear all the negative stories, but generally speaking, they're all in the big cities and stuff, you know. But when you get rural France, it's pretty darn laid back. We don't have no problems there at all. We don't have no issues. The only time the road gets closed is when the when the race comes through. You know. Who is this geezer? It keeps coming up. Look at that. What the fuck? Do you reckon I could do that? Look. I don't know what he's talking about, but I daren't look actually. I wouldn't mind not coming back, except I have a house and a dog. That's the thing. You're Artemis. You're Artemis. Yeah. Well, Joel's in Portugal. There's another friend on the channel as well who was in Belgium. He's now moved to France. There's a lot of problems in some of those, like Belgium, what have you, and there's a lot of divide because you got like in the Netherlands and in Belgium, there's a massive amount of divide, and also with language as well. Like for instance, in the Netherlands, you got oh my God, what's it called? Oh crikey! What is that? What's it called? Oh, Latin-based language. I can't remember what's called. Anyway, I'm not. The thing about the Netherlands is it's too flat. All right, it's like I came from somewhere that's pretty flat in Norfolk, in the UK, and it's like I like hilly bits. All right, if I get on my push bike, I want the occasional hill. You know, make it a bit more interesting. Get out of the seat, or saddle, I should say. But I certainly would be looking to get out of the United States or become more transient. So, like, for instance, not transient. So, like, move about. So I don't have no fixed abode. You've got kids and other stuff like that. That's difficult. But for me, if I'd be moving about. If I couldn't afford to get out of the country, I'd be moving about. That's the only thing. When you've got ties, you've got a home and shit like that, which is kind of a normal sort of thing to do. It does. You think you've got freedom from like rent and more, stuff like that, but then you potentially got a mortgage. But then you got the actual bricks and mortar itself. It is a physical tie. You have a responsibility to it, don't you? You know. It does give you a certain amount of peace of mind. Obviously, it's an asset and stuff like that. But assets are worth nothing when you got a war. You know, are they? It's like people at the moment. A lot of people have been investing in gold instead of stocks at the minute. And I think to myself, well, yeah, that's great, okay? Same with stocks and stuff. It's all very well, great. But do they realise that we're in a bit of a tricky situation at the moment? And if, for instance, we do end up in full-blown war with Russia, what happens to your assets? They become worthless. What happens to any gold that you might have bought? Well, there's a distinct possibility that governments would do an acquisition on them. You know, wartime effort and all that. You've got to make your contribution. They've done it before, haven't they? Just realised still stick on the bomb. Bomb has been on there ages. Hasn't fell off yet. Keep looking at the wrong chap. Hey, nice one. Cheers, buddy. Hello, Eddie. Doggy treat. There's the dog hair. There's one. She's snoring. Oh, no, she's moving. Oh, you're disturbing me. Oh, it's my bum scratch. Oh, it's my favourite. And Sebastian's back on over in his basket. He's fed up being pulled about. Oh, thank you for that. Cheers. Much appreciated. I don't know what's going on with YouTube at the moment, though, but it's just... Some of my videos, I've put them up, and it's like taking me 24 hours before they get approved. It's nuts. Because what you do is, when you upload your video, right, depending on how you go about it, you upload your video. If you do it on a singular video, you can put all the information at that point, and then it goes through checks and stuff like that. Make sure that, it's okay. Even if my videos are okay, sometimes it's taken 24 hours for my videos to be checked. 24 hours. That time, the moment is lost. No, the video's no good, ain't it? No, it isn't any good after that, is it? You know, because it's timing. It's the people at the bottom who need the most help, yes, and the ones that are not eating, not those that are fine to travel about. That is a good point, yeah. My son is disabled, right? He gets what we call PIPS payment and stuff like that in the UK, and he's got a condition called torsion dystonia. And he's just gone through a bit of bloody hell at the moment because they're doing a lot of checks at the moment on people with disabilities. Yeah, my son is obviously disabled. You see him, yeah, he's disabled, right? You know. There shouldn't be any argument, but crikey, don't they put you through it? They reevaluated his money, and he was like £100 a week worse off, which is like, you know, a big chunk of his money. Some cocked up. And they've got sorted out now, so he should get backdated, hopefully. But it's not the point, it's the stress of it all. And he doesn't do well with stress, and it affects his condition. It's because it's part of it's a neural condition in the brain. It's the basal ganglia that sends all this electrical signals to your muscles. Right? For him, his signals all mixed up. And because of that, his muscles are working against each other, so he has a lot of spasms, and he's constantly on the move. When he's asleep, he's still, dead still. But when he's awake, he's constantly jittering all the time. You know, he looks like he got Parkinson's, but that's what it looks like. He's constantly, yeah, it ain't great. It's not great, but it's not necessarily life-threatening or anything like that. But it does affect your body because he's got you got a lot of pain and stuff. You see, because he's always under spasm, but also he doesn't walk. He can sort of walk hobble a few paces, and that's about it, really. But yeah. Kelly says, I'm disabled, and I deal with the same thing and get so much stick when I have to deal with I get so much sicker when I have to deal with a lot of stress. Yeah, it does. It affects people really negatively, and it affected him really negatively, and he can't sort it out because it affects his voice. He can't speak very well at all. No one can understand him. I struggle, really, because, you know, like people struggle to understand me, don't they? So I've been told several times. But, you know, shit happens, doesn't it? You know, we're all dealt a different set of cards, it seems. But, you know, at least there's no more, alright?
It's tiring to
generals.
look at combat
No
formations,
more fat
or really any
generals, right?
formation,
No.
and see fat troops.
No more fat troops.
Likewise, it's completely unacceptable to see
No.
fat generals and admirals
No,
in the
no,
halls
no,
of the
no, no,
Pentagon and leading commands around the country and the world. It's a bad look. It is bad, and it's not who we are. Today, at my direction, each service will ensure that every requirement for every combat MOS, for every designated combat arms position, returns to the highest male standard only. It's tiring to look out at combat formations or really any.
Oh my God, it's painful, isn't it? It really is painful. That along with the no more beardos. Oh dear. And it's just, they're just destroying everything. And, you know, as a British citizen watching this all going on, and my European friends and all that doing the same thing, and they, you know, they can't believe it. How far the mighty has fallen, so to speak. Some water. It's not vodka, right? And it's not gin tonic, because obviously if I was Pete Kegg's breath, that would, yeah, that would be. Oh. I have 3 kids in college and feel stuck. You can get rid of them, can't you? Just disappear. They might not even notice, you know. Yeah, you might be alright. Yeah, I've got 6 kids. So, yeah. We haven't now. We've got dogs now. And we've got a home and stuff like that. But I don't feel under threat. That's the other thing you say. I don't feel I'm going to have some Gestapo knock on my door. Or, you know, or drag me down the street or something stupid, you know. So no, I haven't got that worry. My worry now is whether or not there's potential some level of attack on Europe, or even Chapatsia or some Chapatsia. Oh, I don't know. That those 6 nuclear reactors in Ukraine that ain't got no power at the moment. They're relying on generators. That ain't very good. They've also damaged. Russia bombed Chernobyl, isn't it? The one of the reactors that went into meltdown, and it's got a special cap on it, but it requires power. That too has lost power and is damaged. Crazy, these people are idiots. So reckless. Oh well, yeah, but she's a loser, isn't she, Holmes? She's Mrs. Duckworth. She's obviously a loser in Trump's eyes. You know, she managed to get her legs blown off. You know, he did say in the past as well, didn't he, that I don't understand why people would even bother join the military force, and now he's making use of them, isn't he? Yeah, for his own benefit. Open up. I have to drink so much liquid these days. Got energy drink as well. I've that problem with my voice, you see. I can hear it. I can hear it in my voice, feel it in my voice. I get a lot of phlegm build up because of this fibromyalgia, and it's a nuisance. As an American, sorry guys and gals. Yeah, but you want the good ones. That's the thing, isn't it? You know, unlike all those pesky ones out there who are now complaining about their vote. Crikey. The hypocrisy of it all. Give me some energy. We have thousands of white people starving here and too proud to ask for help. It doesn't matter if they're white. That's the thing, you know, whenever I know you hear about something going on, that'd be something like they never say a white Caucasian man or woman or something has shot somebody, do they? They'll say if it's something with a brown skin. They'll make a point they've got brown skin, but not if they've got white skin. You know. A bunch of hypocrites we are. You know, and the stereotyping of all people with brown skin, what have you know, they're all rapists and murderers and shit like that. 'Cause that's what Trump was doing, isn't it? There was one general sitting right at the front of that blooming crowd, right, doing that speech, and there's one black general just there. Just having to listen to this crap, you know, that's coming out of Trump's mouth. But it's just unreal. It is absolutely unreal. Maybe if we profusely apologise for the whole tea thingy, about 300 odd years ago, maybe England will take us back. What has happened to the United States, though? I didn't realise how many stupid people were there. And I'm not going to apologise for calling them stupid, because that's just what they are. You know, they are the walking definition of idiocy. You know, it's just nuts. And it's not everybody I know. I'm talking about those rather crazy people that are still supporting Trump. If you come to your senses and they're saying, so, well, maybe I've made a mistake. But then, you know, people like me will say, you know, and yourselves possibly, will say, well, okay, then let's put you on a better path, you know. Well, why did you vote for him? And you know, you can ask the questions and maybe you can help them understand. Because that's what a lot of it is. You see, they get told stuff. Just like the little clip I've played right at the beginning of this live stream. You know, I'm a Christian. I voted Trump because he's a Christian, so to speak. You know, he ain't a bloody Christian. There's nothing Christian about that man whatsoever. What's Christian about? I don't know. Interfering with girls as young as 12. You know, it just nothing Christian about that, is there? And I'm an atheist. I don't believe in that stuff anyway. You know, but I believe in science, man. I like practical stuff. You know, if maybe I would. I need to see the burning bush. You know, but the missus, she ain't that happy about it. No? And she says she's already shaven. She don't like the smell of a burning bush. I have to admit, it can be a bit foul, can't it? You know. Hello, Alistair. I hope you're well. You good? I've got an energy drink at the moment. I need my energy. I can't fall asleep earlier. I get so tired these days. You think I'm all bubbly all the while? No, after I'm falling asleep. I've got no energy. Ever since this fibre thing, and it's sort of got to a stage now where I think it's not peaked out, obviously, because if it's peaked, I'd be in a wheelchair. But I know now that I have to have a sleep in the late afternoon because I can't get through the day. I can't sleep all night, so I get about 4 to 5 hours a night if I'm lucky. So I just can't settle. I need drugs. I need an intravenous of drugs to make me go to sleep. Oh, Canada. Canada. Anyway. Oh, got a bit of coffee there. I better not have any more coffee because I won't be sleeping. Oh, you got a bag of grass, have you? What, clippings? Got off the old mower. That's the other thing you need to learn, isn't it? Is if you think about things like pot and stuff, hydroponics and stuff, you know, growing it in your wardrobe, but also food, you know, greens and microgreens and shit like that. We should be learn. We need knowledge because I tell you what I feel is that we, especially millennials, they say, "Oh no, that'll never happen. The internet will never go out. We'll never have a war. We'll never do that. This isn't going to happen." You're scared. And it wasn't until, you know, you're scared, but it won't happen until it does happen. You know? And no one's prepared. No one has any idea what to do. Knowledge is the power, isn't it? You know, really, to be honest. Practical knowledge. You know, it's all very well being, I know. What good is, I don't know, being a Wall Street trader if there is, well, a dystopian future, you know? What good is that? If you're a practical person, you've got value. You know, for yourself and your family, or whatever, and to others. It's something you can trade as well. Hello, John McVan. I hope you're well. Oh, I'm on someone else's live chat again. What the hell? He's now got himself a harp. What the? Oh, crikey. I hope you don't mind. I showed the Binport Podcast Network your grinder short and they played it. And I don't mind at all, it's fine. Oh, yeah, there's... That chap, though, who posted that originally, he's getting so much grief. Oh, my God. I've been following him for a while now, and he's just getting so much grief. Yeah, he's just... Anyway, he's the one who posted about Mike Johnson's grinder profile back in the day, you know. But now he's saying he's now handed it all over to his so-called legal team is probably one person in a little, in a little office somewhere. And basically that's the advice that he was given apparently. So, and so it's been handed over to investigative reporters. This stuff can be found out, you know. He's saying he's got his IP address as well. That's not something you can hide from your IP address. Your internet protocol. Yeah, they do worship money. Trump worships money. All those ilk worship money. And the two richest people in the United States, neither of them even US Americans, you know? They're South Africans. They're people like Elon Musk and Peter Thiel. What makes people think they got your best interest at heart? You know? There was Elon Musk literally gutting the federal systems were here, you know, Doge. Oh, born again arseholes. No, born again chocolate starfishes that they are. Oh. He called Trump Rome. What? In Italy? Oh, I need to check that out. That sounds funny. Mark Carney went to Italy. He called Trump Rome. Emperor Trump. Well, hopefully the senators will stab him in the back, maybe, with a bit of luck then. Yeah, he was shaking, wasn't he, in his last video? Guy with the grinder. Yeah, I have got flow steak. Yeah, I've got fibromyalgia. That's a fucking pain in the ass. Literally. It's pain all over. I take duloxetine, so at the moment, and a variety of different painkillers and anti-inflammatories. Usually my most common was naproxen and tramadol that I take on a daily basis. Which ain't great, you know. But I try to mix and match the painkillers. Sometimes I take ibuprofen and stuff instead, or paracetamol instead. You know, not quite so effective, but I don't like taking too many drugs. You know what I mean? So, especially the same things again and again and again. You know, with tramadol as well, you can get a certain amount of addiction, can't you? I don't want that. I don't want addiction. Not that kind of addiction, anyway. Oh, you got CFS, have you? Crikey. I've experienced semi-fibre effects, and the best thing I found... Tajiquan, and I can't pronounce that. What's that mean? Oh dear. Let me come. Mango Mussolini's called his generals all to meeting in June 1936 when the black shirts took over the police state. That's pretty much what happened, isn't it? That's pretty much what's happened. Rheumatic, yeah, I get joint problems. Usually my knees at the moment. People with ambitions. Depends on the ambition. You know, I have ambitions, you know. But I won't say I've got monetary ambitions. I don't want to tread on people. Obviously, you need enough money to be able to live, so to speak. But, you know, the idea of having shitloads of money, I don't really... I think I've grown out of that idea, you know. I think I've come to the conclusion that I'm never going to have any money. It's got to feel... I'm really clashing my wallpaper. Release the unredacted Epstein files. I did release the unredacted copy of the Little Black Book. So that's one little bit of it. But, you know, we do want the Epstein files. We know he's in it. That we do. along with Elon Musk and Steve Bannon and Bill Gates and various others. Yeah, a loyalty test. He's oh God, I did write it down. What is it called now? This thing that he's expecting them all to. But he signed an executive order. Something board it's called. I think it's one of these. It's not that one. It's quite funny, you know. I'll give Milo in Argentina $20 billion, okay? Just so he can then sell more soybean to China, screwing over American farmers. Yeah, I'm sure that's going down well with the farmers. They won't bloody know, so they won't have a clue what's going on anyway, to be honest. They'll blame somebody else. It'd be the migrants' fault, even though they were employing them, you know. 100 tons of old mangoes are rotting on the trees in Israel because nobody wants to buy them. Boycotts work, don't they? They really do work. You know, keep calm and move to Canada. Yeah. Boycotts, elbows up. They do certainly bloody work. United States, well, has been crippled in all directions regarding trade. But Trump don't care, does he? He doesn't care that people are suffering. There's all the little businesses I sort of worry about because they've fallen to the wayside, and that's people's little, their dreams, their dreams. Not that one. No, not Groypers. I definitely wrote it down. I better be right. I bet it's the last sheet. Shall I look at the last sheet just in case it's the last sheet? That's what usually happens to me. No. He's done an executive order that it basically. Hang on, what's this? It? Oh, Warrior Board. What a name! The Warrior Board. Yeah, they have a little brass plaque that's on the door or something. Yeah, so he's just signed an executive order for this so-called Warrior Board, and all the admirals and generals and anyone in the military, effectively going to be subjected to this. So, yeah, like Trump said in his speech, we know everything about all of you. You know, words to that effect. He's just such an evil bastard, isn't he? Let's be honest. He really is an evil bastard. He just wants them all to bend the knee, all right? F the Constitution and, well, pledge allegiance to Donald Trump. You know, bend the knee and suck with his old chocolate starfish. Let's say, never mind about the Constitution. But when you think of this, what I did in the video earlier, actually, you think about the Warrior Board, that made me think about, that Hitler's his playbook, regarding the Night of the Long Knives, or the Knights of the Long Knives, and they executed 500 odd generals who did not agree with Hitler, who went against Hitler. They just killed them. Lovely, aren't they? And everything this lot's doing is straight out of Hitler's playbook. Yeah. Now, I was listening to Times Radio, and they had somebody on there, and what have you, and they were still making out that these killers, all right, like the one the other day, who drove into the side of the that church, whatever, wasn't it? And then a Mormon church, that's it. Then shot a few people inside and satellite to the church. And they were trying to make out that this was the Times Radio, which a bit surprised me, that most of these attacks are from left wing. It's blatantly untrue. It's the same playbook that Trump keeps doing. When you get these presenters and that, for these, when they know different, and I'm sure they must know different, I wish they would pull these people up, you know. Whenever these guests on are spouting all this rubbish, all these lies, they really ought to counter it, you know. Otherwise, it's just it resonates with the wrong people. I know for a while it's a load of bollocks, you know. But like some people are going to be taken by, you know. Oh, Craig, it's all the lefties. The lefties they're blowing shit up. They are. Yeah. So many liars. Oh God, I know. If anyone knows anything about me, I won't lie. And I won't lie to you guys and gals either. But also, I do make mistakes. So I'm not human after all. But I don't get set out to lie. The thing about lying is, I've said this many times before, is that you always got to remember the lies. So, you know, speak the truth, shame the devil, as far as I'm concerned. So, and that way you can rest easy, can't you? And that you've been honest, not just with the person you're speaking to, but also with yourself. Dawker says I'm a lefty. Oh, you murderous soul, you. Oh, believe me. Well, that stabbing. Yeah, we have stabbings in the UK, you know, instead of shootings. But, you know, anyway, there were some stabbings early today, and then you got the stabber, the stabbery geezer. He got shot by the police. That's in Manchester. What's wrong with people, eh? What is wrong with people? It's so finite as well, isn't it? You do that, and the likelihood is you're going to get shot dead and be treated as a terrorist. What legacy is that, eh? Hey, Alistair, got you too. Alright, somehow bills and investments by others are always 350 billion. That's a good point, that. Well, they are, and also it's like the 450 odd billion Qatar jet, for which Donald Trump has just pledged allegiance to Qatar. If you want to attack, what was that? An attack on Qatar is an attack on the US, on the United States of America. Christ's sake! Yeah, he won't commit to Europe. He won't commit to NATO. Oh, it takes all sorts, eh? It's okay to chop people up, you know, reporters, and put them into a suitcase, you know. That's fine, you know. It's just how things are done these days. It's how you do business. Yeah, you're right, yeah, okay. Mussolini's 1915 fascist party didn't end in 1943. It's still alive today. Well, we can see the fascists, can't we? I've got no qualms with calling them fascists, because that's the amount of times I've said this in the past. I mean, you can't. That's a term that's thrown about too much these days. No, if you is it the 14 what's it? I can't remember they call them those. Where if you fit 14 of so many of these so-called measures, you are a fascist basically, and they pretty much do them all. Using silence as a weapon. What the admirals? To be fair, the admirals. As soon as I realised they weren't going to laugh or cheer or whatever, they got they had an order straight away, didn't they? When they left the room. When Trump and Hegseth left the room. Oh, but what embarrassing. It was so embarrassing. I felt embarrassed for normal people. I felt embarrassed for those admirals. Can you imagine how much work you got to put in? If you're an admiral and you are, in that position, especially if you are black or. Oh, actually, I just thought something. Did you see any women there? I didn't see any. I don't think I saw any women. Now I'm curious. I don't think I saw any women. All right, let's have a look. They got rid of them all. I won't be surprised. Right, let's have a look. That's what we got. Trump. Let's put that in there. Right. Oh, there's women. Found one woman so far. 2 women. 3 face palmers. I think that's a woman in the distance. Yeah, there's a few women. There not many though. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just in this black people. 5. God, how must they be thinking at the moment? Let's get closer. Hang on, I reject all. A second. I'm zooming in. I want to see the expressions on their faces. Okay, you don't look Abby. What sort of expression is that? I can't work it out even. They probably think I travelled halfway round the world for this. There wasn't even any can girls. Actually, they're not look impressed. This guy here, he's doing a gesture. There's a shooter in the midst, there is. There must be a shooter. Alright? It's signaling them. It's signaling the shooter, he is. Oh, crikey, if only. If only. Did I say that loud? I think I did. Oh, yeah, never mind. I'm still... Oh, my God. He fell asleep. Black guy there. Black Admiral. Poor senseless. No one looked very impressed. They don't look very impressed at all. What an embarrassment. What an embarrassment. Can you imagine if you got that job? You've worked all your life to be there. And then you got... Oh, crikey. How awful. For God's sake. They don't look impressed. They don't look impressed at all. Right. Are we? Well, you've been sacked. They're going to be vetted, don't they? They've got this new warrior board now, so they're going to just, they're probably all going to get interviewed one after the other eventually, and then filtered out. And if anyone says anything, or they'll probably have a grass up line, a snitch line. Oh, so said this about you. Yeah, how touchy old Trump is. What did Carla say? Oh yeah, done it ready. Indentured. Most, if not all of them, would have gone to the military academy. I know Trump didn't. He had his heel spurs to contend with. Must have been difficult for him. Yeah. Hey, Dorco, cheers, buddy. He said, I'm a lefty. I know you're a lefty. Thanks for the super chat, though. They need a union. I don't think they got a union. All the governing bodies have been got rid of. They've stated that they're going to get rid of the anonymous snitch line. So you could, say for instance, sexual complaints or stuff like that. So you don't have to put yourself at risk. They're getting rid of it. So, bullying is going to be on the cards there, that they will. Trump is a draft dodger. Come on, let's be honest. He had heel spurs. Okay? Heel spurs. Do you realise how difficult it would be, alright, to jump over and like trees and stuff, fallen trees, but also like crawl under those net things through the mud when you got heel spurs? And climbing up that big, long, that tall wall for that climbing wall thing where you got to jump off the other side with the rope and that, landing, heel spurs. If you got heel spurs as bad as he said, you'll be stuck. They'd be like, heel spurred in the ground he were. Blimey. Yeah, that's good, wasn't it? No way could he be in the forces. I'm sorry, he's too fat now. So all you got to do, all right? If you don't want to be enlisted, okay, be a conscript or whatever, you don't want to do it, grow a beard and eat lots and lots of high-fat food and put the weight on. Because then they're not going to want you. So either that, they'll use you for cannon fodder, one or the other. And a boot hole. Can you imagine being a general or an admiral and having to listen to a National Guard major who never saw combat? Yes, good point. That was Pete Kegsborough, wasn't he? He was in the National Guard, wasn't he? Who never saw combat, browbeat you and tell you can't have a beard. No more beardos! That really got me. I couldn't believe he actually said that. That speech was ChatGPT, though, wasn't it? He didn't write that. Oh, he said, that sounds good. We'll go along with that one, God's sake. What can you say? What can you say? This level of batshit crazy it is. Absolutely batshit crazy. And it's been forced through. And there's don't appear to be anything we can do. We've got Chuck Schumer. To be fair, he was actually speaking up against Trump and the old White House regarding these lockdowns. But they are like, King Jeffries, even though, he was bigoted the other day regarding, by Trump, I mean, that bloody video that he put up on his Truth Social, or, with the Mexican hat thing, Pedro, And it was just like, so childish. You don't expect that from the President of the United States, posting and resharing videos, racist videos, You just... And when Mike Johnson was confronted by a Democratic senator or governor or whatever she was, I think she's senator, in the House, she was, not in house, not one in the chamber, but while interviews are going on. And she confronted Mike Johnson, and he said, "No, that wasn't racist. That bloody was racist. They did it more than once for a start. There are two or three versions of it, which Trump has posted on his True Social. And, which is another thing, oh my God, I go on that, all right? I go on that for material. Oh dear, it's painful, I tell you. Things I do for you so you don't have to. Now he's just regarding New York. He's now defunded New York for one of the big programs that was going to be going on. And also Trump was going on regarding the shutdown. He was literally saying all this stuff regarding healthcare. We'll take this out. We'll stop that. Da, 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 da. Everything he's doing just hurts people. Probably the same people that put him in that White House. But he doesn't care. He doesn't care because he doesn't believe there's going to be a 2028 election. I don't think there will be either. I think it's all going to be. He's going against the Constitution already. So why would he bother with the election? There's no one to stop him. Last time that was Mike Pence with who's also he's had some gay moments with the fly on his head. There's Mike Pence. He did the honourable thing in the end. Who's going to do it this time? JD Vance? No, he ain't going to do it, is he? He ain't going to hand over the power. No one's going to follow JD Vance, though. No. And besides, JD Vance can't afford sofas anymore because they're too expensive because of the 50% or 100% tariff or whatever it is. It all gone up, you see. And he likes his sofas. So. It's just a crikey. 100% tariff on movies now. Talking about destroying the movie industry, culture. God, and we've got our problems in the UK with blooming Nigel Farage. Crikey. That man is walking silage years. He's a God, Bennett. Now, post-Brexit, those who were in the United Kingdom before Brexit got the right to remain. Nigel Farage wants to get rid of all them people. All those people, And if that happened, can you imagine people like me who live in France? I actually don't think they'd do it, but they can make it tougher on us. Because the people call for it. So the New York real estate industry is panicking over the possible Mamdani victory. It's very possible. And they had Eric Adams has stepped down. He's probably got a high-paying job somewhere. Is Chuck Schumer still there running? Because that'd be funny. Why would you vote for that man? Madami's, he's shown that there could be a different way, a new way of doing things. It's positive. And we need more people like that. We need more people stand out from the crowd, have some backbone. Because these Democrats are bloody hopeless. They really are. They are not going to fix things. It's just going to be a return to the norm. More APAC bloody influence and, and other lobbyists and what have you. They all have good intentions when they go in, and then the pressure mounts. You got to do this, you got to do that. Otherwise we won't be getting our funding, our donations. We want our donations. Yeah, but Eric Adams, can't stand him either. So the real estate industry is panicking over a Mamdani victory. Well, good. We need to rip the fucking lot up. The whole lot of everything. Same in the United Kingdom. It needs to all be ripped up. Now, I live in France, and I'll tell you now, you can buy a property here for 20 grand. There's houses here in this rural area of France that need, need a little bit of tarting up, what have you. But you can buy a property for 20 grand. In fact, I've seen them cheaper. All right, but if you've got 100 grand to spend on a property, you get something really nice, really tidy. I paid 60 grand for this place. But it did have a big hole in the roof, and there was a cow in my kitchen. This was a wreck. Had been lived in for way over 30 odd years, apparently, and it's had squatters in it, which was rather disgusting. And when we renovated the place, all right, ripped down. We just ripped everything out. All right, we ripped all the plaster, board the lava and plaster, any dry line, and we ripped the whole bloody lot out, knocked all the plaster off the walls, and basically start again. And the amount of petrified rats we found that are like that thick. What is it about rats, all right? Whenever a rat pegs it, all right, and it ends up in the floorboards somewhere, and eventually you find it, they all look like they've been run over with road rollers. Why is that? Why do they all look like they've been run over with a road roller? They're like that thick. Actually, oh, I've got to tell you the story. Yeah, long time ago, when I used to live in the UK, I had a friend called Waterstone, and he was all right. He's a simple soul. He couldn't read or write or anything like that. I don't know. I think he was dyslexic, but he's yeah, but he was harmless. You know, he's actually a really nice chap, really. Anyway, he, my son Darren, who lives in France, right? We call him Dizzy, right? He had a guinea pig, and it got out while we were on holiday. All right, and it got out. Anyway, it got run over and squished flat. Our friend Waterstone, sorry. When we got back, he came up to it, gave us this envelope, Just was saying, but I thought you might want it back, and it was a squished, flat, driven over, guinea pig. It was gross, but anyway, you put it in a bloody envelope. I just I'm sensitive. Oh dear. I have a meeting today with Russ Abbott. Oh no, wait, Russ Fort, and he of the Project 2025 fame. They just admit it now, don't they? You know, to determine which of the many democratic agencies, most of which are a political scam, he recommends to be cut, and whether or not those cuts will be temporary or permanent. I can't believe the radical left Democrats gave me the unprecedented opportunity. This man is just evil. Everything he's doing just hurts the people that voted for him. Just, and they still cheer him. And they can't even. Well, they've got no health care. So, God, I can't believe the radical left Democrats gave me this unprecedented opportunity. They are not stupid people, so maybe this is their way of wanting to. Oh, for God's sake. No, they just don't want healthcare to be ripped, more healthcare to be ripped away from US Americans. Because that's why they're not voting for this bloody spending bill. Because Donald Trump is trying to rip away more healthcare. They're quite funny, you know. That My Pillow geezer, you know, he's now done for, isn't he? You know, he had to pay out shitloads of bloody money to Dominion. 300 million or something crazy. He's basically a pauper now. And he says here, Democrats want to give your healthcare money to illegal aliens and open our borders to the criminals of the world. A deadly combination because everybody will come, he says. It's a load of fucking bollocks. It really is. Open the borders. That wall has got gaping fucking holes in it. If they want to come over, they're going to just come over. Crikey, why would they want to go? No, they don't. That's, you know, they don't want to go. Where is this thing now? Keeps going on about bloody auto pen. Republicans must use this opportunity of Democratic forced closure to clear out the deadwood, waste and fraud. Billions of dollars can be saved. Make America great again. Fix it. You realise that it's each. That Make America Great Again. It goes back to Nazi times again, about making Deutschland great or something again. It's the same chant, you know, just different letters. Statements of support for the Middle East peace deal. Yeah, basically spending your money to pay for defense of Israel. Yeah, and oh God, what's his name again? Tony Blair as well. There's a distinct possibility that Hamas is not going to go for it anyway. The so-called deal. It's very one-sided. Oh, here we go. Soybean farmers of our country are being hurt because China is, for negotiating reasons only, not buying. What? That's not even a sentence. Who's writing this shit? I don't think even Trump is writing this, to be honest. I will never let our farmers down, he says. Well, you have, you blithering idiot. It's all bailing them out in the answer. You need to provide them with somewhere for the product to go, like they had before. That's what they need. Oh, God's sake, this man's... Oh, my God. He's such an idiot. He's such an idiot. There we go. Crazy. Let's get off that. Let's get off that. Let's just get back into my chat. Right. Before that worked, work perm. Oh, sorry. What will TikTok do about copyright? With it being a USA company, copyright laws will be enforced. So many videos on TikTok. Ooh, that's a really good point. That's a really, really good point. Because a lot, that's... Yeah. I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, so Steve McGowan's just said, what will TikTok do about copyright? Will it, being now a USA company, it's not a USA company yet because they ain't signed sealed yet. Xi Jinping hasn't, President Xi hasn't agreed yet. When Trump said that he made a statement saying that I don't know nothing about it. Just lies. Yeah, but that's a valid point. So about copyright and music. You know, if I upload something on YouTube and it had music on it, I've been there before because I used to edit a lot of videos on this channel. But it just takes so much time. And anyway, if I ever put anything with music on there, the system would flag it straight away. It'd flag it straight away, and I'd have to either clip it out or re-record the video. So how's that going to work on TikTok when there's a shitload of flagrant abuses on TikTok? This platform is all but... I'll tell you what, I'm fine if you're talking about YouTube, for instance. I'm struggling with YouTube at the moment regarding getting my videos in front of people. Right, YouTube doesn't seem to want to do that for me, which isn't very helpful. But I'm also seeing a hell of a lot of just crazy suggestions. Apart from the ones in the long feed, the ordinary videos, that is pretty much on board. But regarding the short videos, suggestions for me have been they're terrible. 90% of it I'm not interested in. You know, it's like 1 in 10 videos that come up on YouTube being suggested to me in the short feed is of interest. It didn't used to be like that. It's horrendous now. It's like they broke something. And that's because you showed interest in it. No, I haven't. I don't watch dance videos. I don't watch those really weird videos of girls showing their like oh nice dress and stuff, and all of a sudden it flashes to them either with no clothes on or just knickers on or something stupid like that. I'm not interested in that shit. I'm too long in the tooth for all that crap. You know, it's so shallow, pathetic. So I just skip past, but they still keep throwing my bloody fee. And you got to go through such a palaver to block that sort of stuff. And then it'll be another channel that has been probably botted on there or something stupid. And it's like next one, and next one, next one. And it just takes too much bloody time. And I'm busy. I'm already burning the candle at both ends. And it's like, I can't do any more shit on YouTube. And YouTube is constantly making it harder to upload stuff. You now got to now click another box for AI. Is it got old content in it? And then you got now also you got to do like self certification of some of your videos. So he said, no, I haven't got that in it or that in it. No. Tick, and done. But it's like they've added so many more layers to actually get your video on there now. You spend so much time. I spend a lot of time on this channel. Way too much time for the amount of views I get. I must be fecked out of my brain. I must. The thing is, you see, I've been doing this channel for how many years now? 6, 7 years, something like that. Quite a while. And in the first year, I had rapid growth. And then July, I think. By July, in that first year, I think I started the channel like just November, December the previous year. And then I got a couple of strikes. One after the other for being a cheeky bastard. And for saying naughty things, alright? And I got a couple of strikes, and then it just went to pot. And then it picked up a little bit, and then it sort of cruised a bit. Oh, God's sake. I wouldn't get any growth, basically. Recently, I have actually had growth, but I haven't had many views. So, and I've had good watch time on my videos, but it's still not getting suggested, which doesn't make any sense. If you've got good watch time, okay, on a video, the amount of hours that people, that's accrued, or how length of time people watch the video for, they're good signals, right? And then you should get suggested, but they're not getting suggested. And I don't think I'm alone, not from what I've been hearing. It's horrendous. It does make you wonder why you bother, because it does take, I know other people do, got channels and stuff, and they spend a lot of time as well on them, It takes a lot of effort. YouTube is our leader. Pretty much. Are you incorporated, Marcus? Yeah, I'm kind of I've got several bits, and they're all stuck together. Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm not incorporated. No, but I am. I'm a registered business here. Yes. But incorporated as in like a limited company. No. Here it would be quite what's called a SARL, SARL. There's a variety of different systems here to, if you want to work here, self-employed. The first one is what you call an auto entrepreneur, so it's like a micro business, and you'll earn up to a certain amount of money before you have to go to the next category. Which it's fine. I'm on the micro business. Before Brexit, we were literally got all our shit in order to go to the next one, where you have to pay like a pre-tax and shit like that, right? So, what was it? Real sympathy, I think it was, and then Brexit happened. I said, well, I don't know what's happening now. Got a lot of my customers left because I was doing woodwork. I'm a woodworker. I make doors, windows, shutters, and shit like that. You see, and unfortunately, I lost a lot of my customer base because of Brexit. A lot of people left France. So, and not by choice. A lot of my customers were British, you see, and which just how it happened, So the Brits, they like to, work with other British people because, and also I do quite unusual stuff. So, what's on my foot? I've got a blister. I've got a blister on the bottom of my foot. For crikey. So yeah, I work 2 hours. I've got blisters now. That's what happens when you build doors that are like on your Todd that weigh a bloody bomb. Well, I mean, seriously heavy. I built one a couple of weeks ago, which is made that was an oak door. That thing's heavy, bloody heavy. Over 2 inches thick, solid oak. There was some weight in that. And then I just built this shelf door. It's the secret door, which is a bit of fun. Everyone else games the system, so when you don't, you're under the pile of crap. Yeah, and also I don't know if you noticed, there's a huge amount of videos now, which are AI voiceovers. And somebody mentioned to me, have I watched a video today from Guard the Leaf? I do watch some of their videos, but I'm not keen on faceless videos. I know it's a real person in this case, and it's not AI. I want to see the person. It gives legitimacy to it. Do you understand what I mean? It makes it feel more real. Especially when we're in a world now where everything seems to be AI, and there's so many AI voiceovered or AI videos. I mean, there's I don't think you've been reading about this, but there's that AI actress who's getting nominations for the Oscars, or something like that, or some award. It's just nuts. At what point do we say, nah, it's not for us? You know? What don't people crave human connections at all anymore? Maybe that'll be a case that people will crave crazy channels like mine at some point in the future, because everything else online is going to be AI driven. And I think that's a crying shame, because you lose culture. With that round past, just have to be back on the sofa because we're back then. There you go. So yeah, it's a crying shame, I think. Now, we had a major situation for culture in the UK because of Brexit and cabotage and I forgot what it's called now. Taxation, when you have to take your stuff over, and pre-taxes and shit. For bands and what have you, it made it almost impossible for them to tour or to be support acts for bigger bands. It's just sad what's happened. This rise of the right is just an attack on anything nice, anything remotely decent. I don't understand why people think it's a good idea to destroy all the stuff that's nice. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. You know? People want to destroy the environment. Well, I quite like the environment. Let's leave it alone. Let it do its thing. If we don't, sooner or later we've got to lose it. And when it's gone, isn't it? It's like everything in it. Everything is like so broken now, and there's very little recourse, and not many people seem to want to do much about it. You look at the Democrats. They're not standing up to this tyranny. What the hell's going on? Well, we know what's going on, don't we? Because they're all, enjoying the money from APAC. It's crazy. They're literally signing their own demise, aren't they? The Democrats. It's just like, the Conservatives crippled themselves. Labour's now crippled themselves in the UK, We've got a rise of the right. We've got protests on the streets over bloody flags. We've got prats going around painting those little mini roundabout things that look like a boob in the road. We call them a tit sometimes, And they're painting them, putting their cross, because they're white, you see. So they've been putting a red cross through the middle, like St George's flag. What's happened to this symbolism? You've got iconic symbolism and semiotics, and it's like it's got so intense with that now regarding the identity politics surrounding things like these flags. The flags no longer have that soul that they had before. They had, a meaning of a pride about them. Whether it be the Stars and Stripes or whether it be the Union Jack, or or the St George's Cross. But now they're just been. You have the conservative right and these hyper-religious kind of so-called Christians, evangelical types, who too are, parading around these, look at Trump humping the flag and so, they're so fake. And what it does flag humpers and stuff like that, for what was a proud thing to display and being proud having pride in your country and what have you, because it means something. Now it's all negative in it. It's all like has negative connotations instead of positive. It's quite sad, isn't it? What they've done. What these people have done to the identity of a country. Let's say it's the same in the UK. It might be a little bit better, but not much. It's just different. People don't have guns, they just have kitchen knives, and go and stabbing people. Jabby, jabby. It's so messed up, isn't it? So messed up. Just, mate, I don't know. I don't know. That's the depressing side of life. All we need is. Oh. Is that a map of Norfolk on the wall? Yes, it is a map of Norfolk with Norwich on, which is where I was born, and Sallows and what have you. Now, this map on the wall there, which I've put, that was basically, that was handled with a whole little gilt frame, so I whacked a frame on it, and also it's behind glass, which is bloody old. Bugs go behind glass, so what it is lacquer it. Anyway, the crazy thing is I found it in a charity shop here in France, at Brocan. So I had to buy it. Yeah, that's a map of Norfolk. Go listen to Pope Leo talk about Trump and Vance. Oh, okay, I'll have a look at Pope Leo. Oh, the new Pope. Oh, yeah. Oh, crikey, yeah, maybe. That sounds like a good idea. Canada might have. If he's been saying funny things about him. Said that he's, crikey, he's an Italian American, isn't he? Where's he from again in the United States? Is he from New York or somewhere like that? But I think he's Italian, isn't he? Yeah, I think so. Got Italian heritage anyway. I'll have to have a look. Marcus, try connecting with a Canadian fellow. Wrong enough. Oh, I have already. I've got his email. He actually contacted me a while back. If I needed any advice about stuff. He's got that. He's got a setting similar to my other setting. With what looks like I'm in the shed. He's a lovely guy. He is. I have spoke to him. Remind me actually. I need to contact him. Yeah, that's a good name though, isn't it? And he's also very clever. He's well read. Wrong enough to know better. Wrong enough to know better. That's a pretty good name, isn't it? Oh, he's trying to start a group. I'd do a collab with him. I don't mind doing a collab with him. I've done collabs before, but usual British politics and stuff like that. But I kind of got bored with British politics. It's just like I felt that we were so lost, and it was so boring. Everything that was happening was just boring. Keir Starmer's got no spark, right? He's such a boring individual. And then you obviously got Nigel Farage, what have you. I just got so depressed about it. So I thought I'd mock another country. So much going on in the United States. And also, I crave information, right? And when you know a reasonable amount about British history and stuff like that, and you think to yourself, well, I'm bored now. I want to try something else. I want to do something different. So, yeah, so I like to learn stuff. And the same with woodworking, what have you. I like to learn new joints, new this, new that, and new technique finishes, and new ideas. It's creative. And the same regarding learning about US politics and how the system works and what have you. I knew nothing about it really, nothing at all. And crikey, I didn't realise how complicated it all was and how bloody dumb. And the same, not the same, but also Canadian politics and how your system works. And I still ain't got it all in my head yet, but it's just I do enjoy the learning process. The thing is, you see, you never stop learning, do you? And you shouldn't. Whether you read or have you, or whether you're doing research about stuff or reading the news, and but then cross-referencing it with other stuff because a lot of stuff doesn't make a lot of sense, and then you find out, hang on, no, they were wrong on that one. They're spouting loads of shit, and sometimes not intentionally. It's just sometimes it's just a load of shit. Regarding a lot of these news articles and stuff I read, And the thing is, when you've read a lot of stuff, you come across a lot of news, a lot of things that happened, and you can kind of cross-reference it in your head. Well, hang on, that doesn't sound right, because over here, there's this article from a peer-reviewed study or something, and it kind of counteracts what they've said. And you can balance the two in your head between the two, which is quite good. And I have to, when I look through, I do a lot on paper or blackboards and stuff like that, right? And the reason I do that is because it gives me an opportunity to. It's like a revision. There's one thing just reading about something; it doesn't always stick in my head. But when I do it from my hand to paper, it then goes in my head. I'm sure there's other people like that, but I'm a practical person. I'm a woodworker, right? I make shit. I do things with my hands. My hands are buggered up. They're full of scars. My hand. Look, let's take that. Paint all over them and shit. I've had a shower as well, ain't come off yet. But I'm always covered in shit. All right, not poop, but dust, wood dust basically, and other nasty stuff like when you knock holes through walls and shit. But I get grubby. In fact, somebody the other day left a comment I thought was quite funny. Some people think they're getting to me. That doesn't get to me, right? Not anymore. It used to. When people used to leave sort of ridiculous comments and that, it did used to get to me. Something could get me down a bit, what have you. I go on the defensive and stuff. I said, why do I care? I don't know these people who are leaving these stupid comments. It doesn't need to worry me, does it? It doesn't. What? No. It just clicks in your head and say, well, solid. So what? I don't care. If people they can call me what they like and what have you, I don't care anymore. But I think you have to with these channels, especially doing this kind of work. But even on my woodworking channel, I get some pretty horrible comments sometimes. People just want to, they get a thrill out of it. They get a thrill. On that channel, I tend to just hide them, because I don't see if it's got no value in the comment and it is just vindictive. The best thing you can do is just hide them from the channel. So they can carry on writing and do whatever they do, but no one can see it. So put them in the bubble. Oh, back on that one again. Yep. Gerald says I'm too stoic to care. Good on you, mate. It's healthy. Canada, my home, says, as a Canadian, this crap, elbows up, this crap, well, it works me up. A superpower, such as the United States, as you're referring to, is threatening us. He did it again the other day, in front of all those generals and admirals, all that top brass. He literally did it again. He tried to make out that Mark Carney had called him up, which is an absolute lie. They do speak, because they have to. He called me up and sort of, he made it sound like he was begging to be a part of this golden dome. And says, well, you can be, and you have it for free if you become a 51st state. That's what he was telling all these generals. You know, it's just triggering, isn't it? It's so triggering. And he might think it's harmless. Actually, no, he wouldn't. Other people might think it's harmless. He knows what he's doing regarding that. Well, oh, it's just Trump. He's just joking. No. If someone's saying they're going to attack your country, you have to take it seriously, don't you? That's pretty much what he's been saying. Sounds like what he said about Greenland, you know. And Germany and France have said, well, you know, we will defend. Talk about another NATO country threatening a NATO member. It's got from bad to worse, isn't it? Anyone who thought it was bad enough in the first term, that, well, crikey, what is going on now? And then you obviously got the ice raids and that as well. And that really gets to me. When I see these people literally been dragged off, beaten up on the streets, knee in their back, one bloke, he got a broken neck in hospital, and he got put in plaster. You know? Or stretcher thing, what they do. They're just evil. Just evil. I understand why many Americans, well, I say America because it's a continent, I mean US Americans, because I get pulled up on that one. When I understand when decent folk in the United States, when they tell me that they feel ashamed, they shouldn't, but they do. It's like oh, crikey, who said that? Was it Holmes? Who said, I'm an American, I'm sorry. That's the first thing he said. But you shouldn't need to feel sorry. You know? You're not the one who done this. It's all these other people who voted for this mess and still cheering it on. That's the sad thing. These people, they relish in causing pain and suffering to people. That I just can't. There's no way I can go along with that, or just forgive people for that. I just say, oh, oh, they were lied to. Oh, that you got to understand, their lives were so bad before. You see, they obviously they voted for Trump because he was offering something. Oh, give me a fucking break. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. Your little ones can help. Oh, what little ones? My dogs? Time is hard to come by, that is sometimes. I don't get a lot of time in the day. It's probably why I'm always tired. I go to bed about 2 o'clock in the morning because I'm doing bloody videos and shit. And I think, what am I doing this for? I'm not getting views anyway. I'm a bloody mind. The things I should really be paying more attention to my woodworking channel because that's got potential. But I keep doing this. I keep coming back to this. It's because I just something happens in the day. And oh God, I need to make a video about that. And before I've known it, I made 4 or 5 videos about various things. And then then I've got to obviously upload them, and then I've got to do all the stuff associated with them. Oh shit! Oh damn! It's the end of the day. It's time for tea or something. I've got to walk the dogs or something, you know? There's always something. Hello, exotic doll. Yeah, woodworking can make you heaps of money nowadays, e.g. home, refurbishments. My problem is I've got fibromyalgia. I have to really balance my effort, so to speak. Otherwise, I'll be buggered. I can't work every single day doing hard graft. And site work, definitely not. I can't do it anymore. I used to do a lot, you know, but not anymore. I'm pretty much in constant pain. You know, in one form or another. And it moves around my body. It's never in the same place twice. It's like I've got a giant worm or something causing pain. Maybe it's a brain worm that's escaped. At the moment, it's in my feet, right? I've got problems with my feet at the moment and my knees. My right knee. Actually, both knees, actually. A bit of twinge in my left knee, but mainly my right knee. Collapsed the other day. My knee just gave way. I fell on the floor. But no warning, no nothing. Just collapsed on the floor. You remind me of a guy that works on our market. Absolutely office trolley. But the nicest. Oh, thank you. He's an artist. Yeah, I used to paint. Mainly photography. I did a degree. I did a degree in photography back in 2002, and I've got a bit of a background in photography anyway, but do a degree. And when I was at university doing this degree, I knew more about processing, hand printing, chemical makeup, and all that shit, and silver haliding, collecting silver halides, and all that sort of stuff to do with commercial printing. Then people that are teaching us, I ended up teaching them, which was quite funny, really, because it's kind of I came here, I spent all this money to be taught. It's just teaching. It was fun though. I must admit, I did enjoy doing that, and I quite like sharing with people anyway. And the people that I was trying to help when I was there were they were younger than me. You know, I was a mature student at the time. I'm glad I did it. It opened. I'll tell you the thing about education. There are always people at the moment telling you, don't buy it. Yeah, it's like Charlie Kirk's that geezer was going on like, don't, your college degrees and shit, a waste of time there. No, they're not. Absolutely ridiculous statement. It's what caught the profound, the main thing, or the core thing that you get from going to university, further education, and that is how to learn, right? How to research, how to understand nuances, lateral thinking. That's what I took away from my college time at university. That's what I took away from that. It opened my mind. It really did. Because regarding my photography and everything I was doing, I was very blinkered. Very blinkered. It opens your mind. And I think it's really important people go to university. University, I really do. Or some form of further education. You never stop learning anyway, do you? Yep, education is super important. It definitely is, Exotic Doll. Getting monetized on YouTube. Oh my god, it used to be easy, right? But if you're a small channel, it's pointless because you're not going to earn anything. I mean, it's so tiny, man, such tiny. But they changed the rules, right? Now, you need 500 subscribers to do the first stage of monetization, but which allows you to earn super chats, super thanks, and stuff like that. Then 1,000 subscribers to become a part of the so-called what do we call it? Oh, brain fog. To get monetized anyway, so you can earn off the advertising and shit. You need 1,000 subscribers, but also you need 4,000 watch time hours. And unless you're getting the views, you're not going to get the watch time. The best way to get your watch time up is start doing lives. Because surprising, you can rack up a lot of watch time with lives. But it doesn't mean you'll earn any of that. It's just that means you can get categorised, and then you can apply for it, and then they'll check your channel, and within a relatively short period of time, you'll become monetised. And your CTR is what is basically a cost per click or something stupid. Your CTR. So how much you earn for every 1,000 views. And depending on the advertiser, it will depend on how much you earn. That ain't a lot of money. Now, a lot of my videos are only getting relatively low views at the moment. And I get paid at the moment with the advertisers that are paying on my channel. I'm getting about €3 to €4 for every 1,000 views. So you're not getting a lot at all. It's a tiny amount. Plus, obviously, YouTube takes their chunk, 30%. Very greedy. So yeah, it's unless you really want to make it a lifestyle change, you really want to put everything into it. Unless your goal to try and earn some money out of it, just treat it as a bit of a side hustle. Otherwise, you earn a little bit extra. If you might have a few extra pennies to, to I don't know, pay for your dog food, so to speak. But the idea is going to make you rich, unless you are really good at it and quite special. Well, then you're not going to do very well. It's like, for instance, if you got like channel like obviously Midas Touch, they earn a lot of money on the views that they get. They get about 9 million views a day. My last month I got a million views. Well, so 1.1 million views in the last 28 days, which is actually not bad for me. I've done quite well off a couple of videos this month. But usually I only get about 200,000 or 300,000 views for the month, which is really low. Considering the amount of videos I put up is really low, which is a bit soul destroying at times. It really is. So I love power tools, says Canada at the moment. I have shitloads of power tools too, and machines for woodworking. And I like my power tools, but I also love my hand tools. I'm a bit of a hand tool bloke, mate. I use both, obviously, but there's something really nice about using hand tools. There really is. It's that seeing that, with my number 7, Stanley Bailey number 7, you take your shave and it's just a nice, long, continuous shaving. It's very therapeutic. It really is. Don't be dumb. Is anyone... So what's this? If you play with mobsters, you eventually go down like a mobster. Are you talking about YouTube? Because they are basically mobsters. Charlie Kirk was... I see, yeah. It was a sophist that was a victim of the movement in which he entered to obtain wealth. A bit like Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was also a victim of his own success. I'm not talking about allegations and stuff like that, but it's like a lot of these artists get put under a huge amount of pressure, and they're not necessarily built for it. You got to want it, Careful who you take money from online. Many expect something in return, especially Americans. Yeah, I suppose there is that. I do get a few little donations. I had a little soup chats on here, which is very kind. A very kind individual. I don't know who it is, completely anonymous. Somebody sent me €20 in the post today. I don't know who it is. And they usually put like postcards and stuff like that, or occasional little books and stuff like that about various things. So it's obviously somebody living in France, but I don't know who it is. I actually like it that I don't know who it is. It makes it a bit even more special. But it's when somebody actually makes that effort, to send you something like that and it comes in the post. It's actually, I like that, And I think it's a crying shame that people don't write anymore. People don't write letters anymore to family and that, A few people do, I suppose, but millennials don't, do they? It's just text. It's soulless. It's so soulless. If you want to get all romantic with your lady, it's got an actual letter, an actual physical letter has got to be. It means far more than any bloody text, or social media. What the fuck? Really? Is that the best you can do? But just send a letter, and then you can, you can put your smell in it, can't you? Like rub it on the armpits and shit, or leave a few poops in it or something. You know, the sort of thing you do. Well, I probably would, but anyway. Oh dear. I was in Facebook for a week, and many moons ago for my nephews and their games. Never went back again. Yeah. It's a lot of these things are just cesspools anyway. It really bugs me when I see a lot of commercial channels out there, like news channels and stuff like that, and they're on Twitter, for fuck's sake. And then, like, Sheila Fogarty, I don't normally listen to her actually, on LBC Radio today, somebody phoned in and what have you about social media because of that stabbing that went on in Manchester. And Sheila Fogarty said, "Oh, it's like a cesspool on Twitter." And I thought, well, get off there then. Don't go on there. Why are people like her and other news presenters, and including people who do what I do, like Secular Talk and, like Kyle, he's on there, he's on X, and various other Misers on X. Don't go on there. Get off it. All you're doing is feeding the beast. It doesn't make any sense. It's stupid. Yeah, Twitter's evil. Well, I was on... before Elon Musk took it over, I did used to use it quite regular because people posted news events on it rapidly, and they were like, "Oh, bloody, it's just happened," all right? It used to be so useful. And also, it's quite interesting reading the comments because it gives you, oh, okay, this is what people are thinking, kind of thing. And then you get idiots. There's always been the idiots out there. It was a useful tool. And anymore, it's a cesspool. Literal cesspool. I don't know why anyone would want to put anything on there. I really don't. I go on Blue Sky because it's got fluffy buddies and cats and dogs. Yeah, narcissist's paradise. And so is so-called, truth social, liar social, more like. Crikey, the people on there, they are so dumb. So dumb. It's quite funny to read some of this stuff, though. You're reading, and they say the most ridiculous stuff. They really do not understand how the world works, They really don't get it, do they? People say they're just lost. They really are lost. They ain't got a clue. These are actually safety specs, believe it or not. But they're corrected. They're not bifocal, but varifocals. Can people email you, Joel? I don't do things like Discord, Joel, myself, because I'm just too busy. I'm too busy, and I just get attacked by people. So I don't really want to do it. I had that, that geezer on YouTube, what's his name, Sir Larry the Cat, attacking me. I thought, oh, what the fuck? I don't need this shit. So what are you attacking me for? What have I done? You're supposed to be on the same side, bloody idiot. So, I don't pay attention to him now. I don't know where people get the time for all the social medias. I don't either. It's oxymoron anyway. What's social about doing this? There's nothing social about that at all. Unless you're going to socialise with someone who's relatively stinky and maybe you don't want to be there, well, then they're quite useful. Otherwise, don't. Just, They're great for us. It's obviously brilliant regarding communications with the family in the UK, because I live in France. Great for that, the kids and their grandchildren. But I think we only use the messenger on that for that. I don't do anything else. I don't do anything on Facebook. I used to be quite prolific on Facebook. I used to be quite prolific on Twitter. Then I came to my senses with all that stuff. And recently, what really done it for me with Facebook was earlier this year when Mark Zuckerberg made that statement saying we're going to do community notes and shit. And I thought, you fucking wanker. You've suckled on that old chocolate starfish. You dropped on the knee, didn't you, for Donald Trump, at the inauguration and what have you. Gave him his £1,000,000, you know. The bribe. He still bloody sued you. Same as an Alphabet, the YouTube, you know. 24 million last week got sued. They had to, you know, he threatened to sue him, went through the process, and they just paid him off. Just gave him 24 million. What a bloody joke we are. Well, they are. You always got to step up to the bully. You got to stand up to the bully. Or was it just come back for more? They always come back for more. And that's what Trump does. Unbelievable. Stupidity it really is. Oh. Hey, cheers, buddy. Oh, thank you for super chat. Keep up the good chats. Oh, nice one. I'll do my best, mate. Oh. Hello, 88B23. Come back. Oh, dear. Oh, crikey, come back. Canada, I agree. I think Erica Kirk looks yuck. There's something strange there, I'll tell you. Christ, she did a podcast. I can't remember the name of the guy she did it with. And they're going to double up their podcasts. They've got another 10 a week or something they're going to be doing. Now, she just lost her husband. No remorse. She's not mourning. And now she's all chirpy and cheerful doing a podcast, and she's taken over, Turning Point USA. And she's got hold of all that money now. And people think this is normal. There's nothing normal in that whatsoever, is there? There really isn't. That is not how normal people behave. The more I look into it, the more I believe that this was Charlie Kirk's killing. Was more of a corporate restructuring. We need a new boss. Okay, we'll shoot the old one. And was it because of Charlie Kirk was getting a bit, how to put it, he wasn't happy with Israel telling them what to do. He'll start to turn down money from Israel. I have loads of hair, but it's dark and curly. Oh, my giddy arm! What down there? You're talking about your bush? We don't need to know about your bush. Oh, crikey. I had my back waxed once, right? Do you know why I did that? I was in the spa. I used to go to the gym a lot, right? Before I was fat. And I used to do a little weightlifting shit. And now I'm just fat. But what I used to do, I used to do spinners, all right, first of all, but that was about an hour. Then I'd do go for a session in the gym. First do little stretches and floor exercises. Then I'd go on the weights and that, and then I'll finish off in the cold room, ice room, and the spa. Whatever I felt like time or something. Anyway, this Chinese guy came in there, and I want the Chinese guy. Now that's the guy with a big wart, and hair growing out of it. And that was what he kept doing that with it. So he's in the spa and he's doing this with his hair coming out of his wart. Oh my god, that's gross. But anyway, that's not why I did. What I was about to tell you anyway. A dark-haired guy came in. Not a word of a lie. He had more hair on his back than he had on his head, and he had a full head of hair. His back was literally like it was Angora. What's that rabbit or something? Angora? Yeah, like Angora, but wiry. I thought, my God, Ben, if I'm not careful, my back's gonna look like that. Anyway, I had a voucher for that said gym for the booty bit, where it is, where so the missus came in and she sat there watching. Anyway, they give me back sack and crack. Well, not sack, but the back and whatever. And feck at her. But when it came down to it, when I was finished, the next day I had literally like squares like this, right, on my back. Like that. Or that's like I looked like a patchwork of scabs. They literally took my skin off. Because what she was doing is she was putting more. What they did first, they put this cream on first, and then they start doing the whole hair thing. But I ain't got it all. So she said, you plaster load more on and put the patch back on again and give another rip it off, rip the skin off at the same time. God, for feck's sake, But I was beautifully. I was kind of smooth, but with a bit of rough texture where the scabbing was. God's sake. The things you do so not look like this guy who had a rug on his back. Anyway, that was the story. When was that? That would have been back in the early 2000s. Hello, soulful reminders. Hello, you. That wasn't a joke. That was real life. That happened. Ask the mister. She knows. She sat there laughing. She thought it was hilarious. Reminded me of that movie was that 40-year-old virgin. That's it. With my god, that Canadian geezer. Anyway, he was having his chest waxed, and the little Chinese woman she'd been putting like a face on his belly, so his titties, and his anyway. It looked a mess. Actually, I looked like that actually on my back, but not like a face. If you know what I mean, sore, very sore. Don't do it, Steve Carroll. That's it. That's him, Steve Carroll. Oh, thank you, my friend. Oh, so funny. Oh, life is too short to be serious. Why so serious? No, don't be serious. We've got to have a bit of fun. We've got to have a bit of fun. I'm serious. With everything going on at the moment, me and Mrs. We've been talking about this. In fact, she's been talking about it more than I have. About doing, because we're pretty self-sufficient, all right? We're about 70% electricity with the solar and stuff like that, and the wind turbine. And it's like we're fairly self-sufficient here. I do need a certain amount of grid power because my machines, for my woodworking, and I haven't got enough solar for that yet. Because the machines will take a lot of power, don't they? But we are pretty self-sufficient. We can produce enough power to run our house if we're a little bit more frugal with it, so to speak. But there's other stuff as well. We already prep. We already do a lot of conserves, and ratatouilles and jars and shit like canning. We do a lot of that sort of stuff because we grow a lot of food ourselves. We've got two big reasonable sized polytunnels and do a lot of peppers and chilies and tomatoes and various zucchini, and various other foods. And then we can them and preserve them for the following year. And sometimes they last 2 years. But we're talking about now, we're going to double down on it. We're going to double down on it because with everything going on at the moment, food and water are going to be the two main commodities. They're going to be the two main things that people will be worried about. If something really bad happens, getting water is going to be an issue. So for a lot of people, because of contamination, you see. And the idea of get communications now as well, making sure you've got some form of radio. I've got a VHF radio license already, but I haven't got a ham radio license, so that'd be quite good. I used to, a long time ago. Barron is getting that look too. Oh my god, Ian, is he? What, the Trump look? What is it with Trump's mouth? It's like it's constantly pouting. What? I didn't realise people look. Is that normal, or has he had stitches put in or something? Like a scalp reduction. Something wrong there, isn't there? It's not, yeah. Did you hear what Trump said? Oh, what's he said again? What were the admirals, or has he said something since? I know he said something regarding when the Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries was in the White House and about shutting down the country, and Donald Trump was using it as an opportunity to get rid of workers. What gets me is these people listen to this stuff and they still cheering me. I don't get it. Joel says, I learned how to purify water and living off the land. Keep those skills close to your head, mate. I would advise anyone that does not know it to learn a bit about it. I would too. Definitely. And I might do a little bit even on this channel. There's things you can do, you see, that isn't difficult. A couple of plastic containers, you can make yourself quite simple a sand filter. Alright? Remember, in a sand filter, you have to keep them going. You can't just I'll get that out of the cupboard. No, you have to keep it going. Obviously, get bacteria growth, Legionnaires and shit like that in there. But a sand filter works quite well. Or other filtration, you've got carbon filtration. Those Brit jugs aren't that great. There are Berkeley filters, which I think I'm going to get. Me and the missus have been looking at one. You can get them. They're an American thing, but they've got a solid carbon filter. They're not like the granular Brita jugs, like the filter jugs. You got a little cartridge in them. They're okay, all right, but they're not great. Whereas the Berkeleys they are a proper thing, and they last a long time as well. And theoretically, you can put relatively dirty water in them. Not urine. Don't do that. You don't want to drink that. No. Besides, you could probably just drink it straight up anyway, because in most cases it's sterile when it leaves the body. But don't do that either, it's a bit salty. Unless your name's Trump, of course. They're golden showers. But, no, don't do it. No, don't do that. Besides, if you get it in the eye, it stings. Now, at Berkeley, is like a tall, well, they do various types, but the most common one is like a tall stainless steel cylinder, and inside there you put your water in the top bit, and then they've got these filters that hang down, and you can put 1, 2, or 3 filters on. And depending on how many filters you have, it depends on how quick the water will flow through. They're very good. They're very good. You can get other things like life straws, they're okay if you're if you're out and about, but they don't last very long. But clean water is if you haven't got clean water, you haven't got a way of keeping warm. You haven't got a way of getting food. Because you're not going to be going to the supermarket if we have that situation. A dire situation, war or something like that. How are we going to get the foodstuffs into the supermarket? Plus, a lot, like for instance, most countries are not self-sufficient, and they don't have food security. Like the UK, they import about 70% of their food. So there's no way the United Kingdom's going to do it, and the United States ain't going to do it. You're going to have food shortages, massive food shortages, if there was a war. If I'm saying. I'd rather be prepared to something that doesn't happen than, not being prepared and it does, if you know what I mean. So it's not about scaremongering. I think the risks are there. And when you hear the rhetoric from Trump and the rhetoric from Putin, the rhetoric from China, and there was a whistleblower leak. No, there's a leak there. Not a whistleblower. There was a leak the other day of from China. I think it was from China. Was it Ukraine or somewhere? Anyway, China has got plans and aspirations on Taiwan. And that's going to, if Taiwan gets attacked, fucking hell, that's a global catastrophe. They produce 97% of all semiconductors, all the little chips and shit that's in your devices. That's why I say we need to simplify. I think tech is okay, but what we need to do is understand. I feel that we should prioritize basic stuff that isn't dependent on the internet and shit like that, and everything else should be a secondary. You know, it's there to help you, to assist you, make you do your job a bit quicker or whatever. You know, computers and shit like that, and online sites. But otherwise, I think we need to be prioritising basic shit. Just simple. Keep things simple. I'm sure things used to be better when we didn't have all this internet. I'm sure it did. In many ways, people were more oblivious because they didn't know what was going on. Mind, you know. Unfortunately, it's a brilliant tool, but it gets used by a load of people that really got bad intentions. You know, what a waste of resources social media is. A waste of resources. You've got all that power that uses all that energy and all that water that keeps them overheating and what have you, and killing the fish. You've got all that power, and what are you using it for? Just so we can put up dance videos. Really? It's crazy. We could be doing so much more with it. If everybody was doing something positive with it, can you imagine what we could achieve? But no, dance videos and pranks that are obvious, you know, everyone knows what's going on, you know what I mean? They're not even really a prank. It's just, it's ridiculous. I know some people love all that shit, you know? But it's not necessary, we don't need it. Am I getting old? I think I might be there. Maybe I'm just getting too old. It's just not for me, you know? So what's going on with a Grump's hair? Looks like Melania chased him with the hair clippers, ran down his head. A huge bald strip. But I think that's always been there. That's probably what's happened is it's all the double-sided tape he's using, you know, like the carpet tape, to hold his comb over in place. And maybe it's ripped all any tiny remnants of hair that there was there. It's like a wax stripper or something, yeah, maybe. And then he's got a tram line. I don't know what's going on with it. I haven't seen that. AI is a waste of power and so much pollution. It's the same thing again, getting used for the wrong things. You know? Technology should be there to assist us, not to take over. And we're allowing it to take over. So many jobs that get lost to artificial intelligence. And then it's sad, you know? And yet people cheer it on. Oh, you're just frightened of technology. I'm not frightened of technology. I've got a lot of tech, mate, you know. I do a lot with technology. But I use it as a tool. Just like the tools in my workshop. I don't crave all this waste of time shit, you know. I want to learn. I want to learn stuff. If someone's posting videos online, if that doesn't have any value to me, I won't watch it, you know. I'm not interested in that. And it's not because you don't like comedy. You know what I do. I love having a tent. But you know me. I love taking the piss out of shit. You know. At least that has some value, comedy, doesn't it? You know. But when you got like half this bloody stuff online, it's a total waste of time. And in AI as well, a lot of it is a total waste of time, and a huge drain on resources that could have been channeled into something a bit more positive. You know, help make jobs instead of take jobs. My son-in-law, you know, he lost his contract because of artificial intelligence. He had a bloody great, very good contract, and it's gone. You know, they wouldn't renew it because they're now utilising artificial intelligence. Is it part of what it's reduced their dependency on more employees? He was contractor, but more contractors. So they kept their core staff, but any contractors they no longer hire because of artificial intelligence. So once you've got your plugins and shit like that, you get surprised what you can do. I think it's brilliant, But it should be there to assist us. It just feels wrong, just taking people's livelihoods away like that, Trump's quite happy about doing that, isn't he? I don't want to be in a Wally bed. Oh, what about those like those floating chair things? That was, do you know what? That was just when I first saw Wally. My dog was named Wally. When passed last year, my Wally dog, wonderful animal he was, and my best friend, big time. And I saw that film Wally, Wally. And I thought to myself, seeing these people floating around on those chairs, I thought, my God, that's exactly where we're heading. They're talking to their friends next door to them, literally there, on their tablets, doing this, and it's just like, well, that's exactly what it is now. People aren't engaging with each other; they're just using devices. It's sad, and they're all getting fatter and fatter and fat, weren't they? And it's at the end when the spaceship that they're flying about on just above the Earth's atmosphere, and because the planet is toxic and can't sustain life, and they're all getting fatter and fatter and fatter. These these people. That's actually I thought I really enjoyed that film because that's it. That's where we're heading. Quoting a scientist I heard talking about it, we have AI and nuclear power. And both only serve to build eternal spaceships to explore space and show us what is out there. Talking about it. I don't quite understand what you mean, Joe. Sorry. Explain. We need governance for artificial intelligence. The problem is it's worldwide, isn't it? And there'll be countries that have no governance, and they'll just take over everything else with the AI. Yeah, AI is a very powerful tool in the right hands. It's amazing. It is. Well, no doubt in that at all. I think it's brilliant. In the wrong hands, it could be super dangerous. I just don't want to see people lose their jobs because there's AI. It's like the actors and that. It's not about the actors that potentially could lose their jobs because there's AI fucking actors now. It's ridiculous. It's all the people that facilitate those actors to act. So, from the little person going around with a tray with the coffees on, right, to FX engineers and special effects and stunt men and women, and all those people are potentially going to lose their jobs because of that artificial intelligence. It's just going to destroy the whole ecosystem around the. And I love movies. I love Star Wars, especially the original ones, more so than obviously these Disney things. But I love movies. I watch a lot of movies. Most nights I'm on the computer, right? I won't be tonight because I'm going to make a few shorts after this. Most nights I'm on the computer, and I've got a movie going on in the background, And if I'm doing a bit of recording on, I'll just turn it off and I'll record my video and I'll go, I'll chuck it back on again. And I find it, for me, I suppose a lot of people really, I just love movies. I'm not properly engrossed in them. I probably have to watch them 2 or 3 times to really understand what they're about. But when you kind of like at the moment, I'm on my own at the moment. I'm with the dogs, but Caroline's she's back tomorrow from England. She's visiting the families, they're visiting the kids. Although it should have been back today, but the strikes in France meant that the flight got cancelled. So she's taking the flight tomorrow instead. Luckily, they've transferred her. So I just. I've lost complete train of thought now. Oh, bloody hell. Anyway, I think I've been live long enough anyway. 2.5 hours? Oh my giddy aunt. Hello, humility first. I hope you're well. Oh, Canada. Funny. I went for a walk 2 days and took photos of leaves, horse chestnuts, yew tree, and red berries. You need to check out a. I'm quite a cultured geezer, me, right? I love arts, okay? Now, Andy Goldsworthy. Check if you don't know him already. Check him out. All right, he photographs sculptures in the wild using stuff from the wild, like leaves and shit like that. And his photography is brilliant. He'll build a random dry stone wall, that's like 100 yards long kind of thing, snaking through the woods and down a stream, or it's brilliant. Check him out, Andy Goldsworthy. He's brilliant. He's a photographer, an artiste, a sculptor. He mixes the two together. But my favourite photographer, if I'm going about photography, would be Dane. Oh crikey! Now I forgot his bloody name. Oh, Andreas Gursky. Brilliant. He trained with the Beschers, Hilda and Bernard Becher. You must have seen the iconic images of the water towers and stuff like that. The topographies of water towers. That's what the Beschers were into. So. And I was going to make some videos actually tonight, which I better do. I was waxing maple leaves for Thanksgiving. Waxing them. Crikey. What nice red ones? Are they turning yet? They must be, mustn't it? Because, the fall is here. Water tap filter strip water from calcium. Yeah, you don't want hard water's a bit of a problem in some places. Here the water's soft where I am. It was a while back, so I looked up when I was talking about tapping into our water tables. Hang on, what are you talking about here? There's something I'm very worried about the water table at the moment. I'll explain in a moment. He could drain Canada's water with wells in the USA and pipes. Really? Blimey. Oh, that's what he said! Now I get it! Oh my giddy aunt. Really? So Trump said he could drain Canada's water with wells in the USA and pipes. He doesn't understand how aquifers and water tables work. Oh dear. They're not flat necessarily, and they're not necessarily interlinked. He's such a bloody moron. So he thinks he can just suck all the water out of the wells, which will suck all the water out of the wells. If they can do it in Canada, then it's sucking it all out. Oh my God, he's such an idiot. People listen to this crap. They believe it. You need some bloody mighty pump to do that, I'll tell you. Christ's sake. What I am worried about is the fracking. Not the fracking necessarily itself, or earthquakes and shit like that. But what's going to happen in the next, say, 20, 30, 40 years' time? What could potentially happen to the water table? Because how they do fracking is a thing called propane, which basically they pump this fluid with grit in, basically a special sand, into where they're going to frack, where the shale gas is. They pump it up, and pump this in, and the special sand opens up the cracks and stuff that allows them to get the gas out. The problem is that the capping when all the gas is gone, or from the fracking shale gas away, the fluid they put in becomes toxic. That replaces what was taken out, right? To create stability, they put it in to create stability. But that water that they're putting in is extremely toxic because the process they do it with, and where the gases are, there's a lot of other stuff, right? Now, when they cap it, because they have to cap it, they cap it with cement, right, to fill all those cracks where they've been getting all the stuff out, yeah? Cement breaks down. And there's been some reports by people who know in the know who know what they're talking about, saying when the concrete breaks down, the cap would then make the water leak out, and then contaminate the water course, the water table, which would contaminate the rivers, contaminate the lakes, contaminate absolutely everything, and you'll have no water to drink because this stuff basically cause cancers and shit. It's carcinogenic. Which you might think, okay, well, there's only one fracking over there's a fracking. I don't know that many about at the moment. But what happens when there's all these sites that have basically been pillaged, but they've drawn all the gas out. When they've done that, they move on. What happens when they start breaking down? It's all about bloody money in it, and the here and now. The people that they employ to do all the blinking surveys and tell us what's going on, we're doing this, we're doing that, and everything's perfectly safe, are all paid for by these people. And then obviously there's the lobbyists and what have you. All paid by the billionaires in charge, by the gas companies, oil companies and shit. Telling you how great everything is. It's greenwash you, Now, what I said, it might never happen. I hope it doesn't, obviously. But it could. Why are we taking the risk? We should be moving away from that stuff anyway. Fracking causes earthquakes. Yeah, that's true. That's not my main worry, though. It's the water. Without water, what you got? You're buggered, aren't you? Oh, he's going to the hockey, is he? Or golf. They look at hockey sticks to me, though. Americans say I voted for Trump because he's a Christian. Oh, yeah, okay, yep. Oh, that's very true. Allow me to enlighten you. Let me find it first.
Formation.
No, not that one. Don't need to know about that. That one? That one? Not that one. That one.
I'm going to be honest with y'all about something. I voted for Trump. I'm in a little town outside of Memphis, and I voted for Trump mainly because I'm a Christian man. Being Christian,
I'm a Christian man.
I guess my whole life. And Trump said he wants to help the Christians, And then he had me all scared about the Mexicans, saying they're rapists and whatnot, and drug dealers and all that. And he said, I'm going to help them. I'm going to end this on day one and fix eggs on day one. And it just all Sounded real pretty like, and then here we are.
Look all pretty
And Trump's
like.
destroying America. I mean, he's gotten rid of. Now he said he wasn't going to touch Medicaid. Now he approves. He supports Medicaid being defunded. He supports Social Security, Medicare, all that shit being defunded, being tore down. Hell, if he gets rid of Medicaid, my mama's sick in a fucking nursing home. Excuse my language. But she's in a fucking nursing home. Excuse my language again.
He's a Christian. I voted Trump because he's a Christian. Oh dear. He's definitely not a Christian. No, he's not. Oh, okay. Is that a parody? That is actually. There's a parody. Guy, if I remember right, he was on the dead. I followed him before. Dixon D. White. Yeah, that is a parody. The actual bloke I got it off, he doesn't realise he's a parody, but he is a parody. That's the bloke who's speaking. That's Dixon. But this is the guy.
Me and my sister who just got fired from the VA after working there for 14 fucking years.
Dixon White again, he's doing, but yeah, he's a parody. But people are saying that. Words to that effect. I voted for Trump because he's a Christian. 10 years ago, I would have... sorry. There we go. I would have known it's a parody. These days, nobody can be sure. I know. Oh, everything is so absurd. I know. The thing is that the chief, Trump, is absurd. The Department of War is absurd. But that's true. That's how bad things have got, Matt. You know, if that is how bad things have got, it's got no holds barred now, is it? It's just like you wouldn't. You don't expect it to be this bad or this ridiculous, but it is. No, I think no real subject now. There was at the beginning, but now I'm just basically going with the flow with the chat. So it's yeah. Joe Patterson says, well, if he's a Christian, he's not very good at it. But none of them are. None of these people who profess to be Christians, they're not very good at it. Mike Johnson, for Christ's sake, he's no bloody Christian. You know? All these people are supporting a man that he had a thing for little people, alright? Little people with long blonde hair, if you know what I mean. And it's in certain files, that is. With another man who likes little people. With long blonde hair. Maybe the occasional brunette. That poor woman, Jeffrey, who she took her life earlier this year, she went through bloody hell. She went through hell. It screws with people and it stays with them. Haunts them for the rest of their lives. For Christ's sake, would you want to sleep with Prince Andrew? Have that slimy geezer sweating all over you? Oh, God's sake. Horrible man. El Patel, he hid the list. And Patel can't release the list. I wonder if it won't be surprised he's in it. They're all in those two, young, aren't they? The non-Trumpers in the US need to find a way to stand up and change course. The non-Trumpers, sorry, yeah. I think it's past all that. I think the only way you're going to stand up against this is with force, coup d'etat. and you need the military on side. And after seeing their faces, after they've been mocked by Pete Hegseth, you know, maybe they're plotting it already. I don't know. A military coup d'etat. ICE is going to be a super. Oh, correct. Oh, ICE is going to be at the Super Bowl. My God. Oh, yeah, Bad Bunny's going to be there. Well, I think they shouldn't. Quite frankly, I don't think anyone should go there. So Mussolini did the same, and they all went down together. Yes. Well, with the mango Mussolini. EEP stain fits. I never heard it called that before. Pick up the files. Okay, do you think the US midterm elections will happen at the end of next year? I think the midterms will happen, but I tell you what, I don't think will happen is a general election. I don't think you're getting it your 2028. I don't think you're going to get it. Sorry. And no one will stop him. No one will be able to stop him. He will just stay where he is. Even if there is election, he won't go. Mike Pence isn't there to actually stick, to stick it to Trump, is he? The Democrats are so lame, aren't they? They really are lame. There's only a few there that are any good. The problem is they're all beholden to the same organisations, the same lobbyists, and the same APAC. They're all beholden to the same people as the Republicans. He's closer to the Antichrist than a Christian. Yes! Very true. If I get deported, I want to move in with you. Or get deported to Puerto Rico. Doesn't am I right in thinking that Puerto Rico wants to pull away from the United States now? What is it? That comedian guy who, during Trump's one of his rallies, he had that comedian guy on there, who basically called Puerto Rico. Did he call it like, I don't know, like a floating bin or something, or whatever he called it? I don't know, something like that. Fucking arsehole. They want their independence, is what they want now. So Farage is already failing. Nigel Farage, that is. And this happened with UKIP too. But anything can happen. Labour are not dealing with the key issues very well. No, they're not. And this digital ID thing. Now, some people saying, "Why are you worrying about that digital ID? You've already got ID, in France. It's optional. You don't automatically get it. You apply for it if you want it, and people get it because they can use it for instead of a passport, so they don't have to spend money on a passport if they want to travel around Europe. The European Union, or I have to have a passport because I'm a British citizen. If I want to travel around Europe, I still need a British passport because of Brexit. But the Brits, they opted out of all that stuff. It's a shame. It's a shame. Brexit is the biggest mistake that the UK has ever made. Quite frankly, absolute disaster. There's no benefits of Brexit. There just isn't. The boat crossings from France increased after Brexit. It didn't slow down. we had more of them. You know, it's nuts. Nuts, oh hazelnuts. Ooh. Ooh, wrong one. Look at the wrong one now. Look in the chat. Nigel Farage is he's a problem though. Because he's got a following. People follow him for some reason. I don't understand why. I don't know what the infatuation is with Nigel Farage. I have not got a clue. How are we doing with my... All my battery's about to run out. If it suddenly disappear, it's because my battery's gone. I'll have to go in a minute anyway, to be honest. It's all in the Labour's hands, and the UK needs to have a serious debate about Brexit, most definitely. It's a poison chalice, isn't it? You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Deep State Annex. I recently left the United States. Well done. Well done. The best thing you've probably done. The way the direction the United States is going, it's going to take a very long time for it to heal. I don't know where you're gone, but I have to admit, I like it here in France. You know, it has its problems, like any country has its problems, but it feels that everything makes a lot more sense. And also, I'm in a place that has a nice environment. You know, I can't believe how much I'm clashing with that bloody wallpaper. You know, the wildlife, and there's still wildlife here. Every day I see birds of prey. Every day, you know, hawks and buzzards and shit like that, you know? And I love all that stuff. Walk dogs in the dark and that. You know, I've been doing it quite a bit recently. And why I do it in the dark, I like to see the bats. Flying around the trees and that. Around your head. You know, I love to see all that. You know, I love nature. And I always have done. You know, I get that from my grandfather. And, yeah, he was a very earthy chap. But also, he was one of the very first people to go into Belsen camp, where Von Kramer was, in Europe, because he was stationed in Europe, you see. And post-war as well. Spent a lot of time there. Yeah, he was a very well-rounded guy. He's a lovely man, my grandfather. He was a better father to me than my dad, I'll tell you. I shouldn't say that, but, you know, I will because it's true. There was something about the older generation at that time, you know, that they had chivalry and just decency. They cared about stuff. I don't know what's happened to us, to be honest. I really don't. It's quite a shame. I know there's still a few of us left, half decent people left, you know. But I've got my flaws and that, you know, and I know I've got my failings, and there's some things I'm not good at, and some things I don't think about, and sometimes I get engrossed with stuff, and then I don't think about other stuff that's important. You know, I forget the missus is there sometimes. You know, stuff like that. 'Cause I get so engrossed in what I'm doing. But that chivalry, I do feel that level of understanding about humanity feels that everyone just feels that everyone is against them, and that creates so much divide and so much aggression. It's mad. Where's the unity, you know? That we're all really fighting the same villains, you know? In this case, the billionaires. But no, we put more money in their pockets. We carry on using their services. We carry on making them richer. So we make it so their platforms have more productivity and what have you, because, you know, they need audiences, and we are the audience. Then we complain when we haven't got nothing. Oh, I can't afford I don't know, my baked beans. I want my Boston baked beans. I can't afford them this week. You know, it's just, we'll complain and we'll whinge and we'll whine. We'll blame everybody else. It's everyone else's fault, like Trump does all the time. And never take responsibility ourselves. We really need to wake up. We really do. We really need to take notice of what is around us. How many people these days know how to forage, for instance, for stuff? That's a skill set that's gone. One day in the future, you might need that, you know? If we're doing a situation like, for example, some form of war or some mass event, there's a distinct possibility we're going to lose all our connections, whether it be internet and stuff like that, logistics around food, and obviously the workers to do that food, etc., etc. There's so many things that could really scupper us. But, you know, that's why we need to have the education so we can take care of ourselves. But will we? There's not enough of us willing to do it, unfortunately. But I'm going to start, and so is the message. We've both been talking about it. We're fairly self-sufficient anyway, but we're going to start doubling down on this stuff. We're going to make sure we've got what we need, just in case. Because I'd rather be prepared for what might not happen than not be prepared and it does happen. And then we'll creak without a paddle, aren't you? Quite frankly, especially if we're in the sticks, which we are. Anyway, I'm going to say, I'm going to love you and leave you. I've been live for 3 hours. Crikey, I wasn't going to do that today. It's not beating my record. I've been live, my longest live is 7 hours. 7 hours live. Nuts, isn't it? I'm not doing that again. Don't worry, Joe, I'm not going to do that. I'd like to thank the spanners in the chat and what have you. In this case, Joel, he's a diamond, that chap he is. And check out his channel. You know, he's got his own channel and what have you. And he's a well-read geezer. He has a lot of knowledge to share and common sense. And he bakes. Anyway, toodaloo, and thanks for joining us. Much appreciated. Have a lovely day. Sleep tight.